Hello friends, welcome back to Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. We just finished our first real non-tutorial mission, and now we're back at our base. Everything's finally quiet, but Bandit did get, or it was a mess, but Bandit got out safely. For the moment, we're in the clear. What's our next move? We're not doing anything until Bandit is back on his feet. So now we've got some dialogue options here. Surin says, how long will it take Bandit to recover? Not as long as you might think. They probably dumped a gallon of patch and stitch nano down in there, and now he's flying high on all the medis. They said a week back at the clinic. Even that gray stitch gunk can't fix a spinal slice that fast. Yeah, that makes sense. Dade said someone sold us out back at the AUG clinic. There had to be a snitch. That Ultratech hit squad didn't find us on its own. Look, I'm not trying to sow distrust here. If it was one of you, I'm sure we'd all be dead already. You're right about that, otherwise their goons wouldn't have showed up so late or so unprepared. Someone was trying to make a late buck. There has to be a trail, but we can't let Ultratech catch us sniffing around it. We can choose to send a merc out onto the field on legwork. These non-job tasks are field operations such as casing a joint, following a target, investigations, and more. So they're like the side missions in XCOM. The covert missions, that's the word I was looking for. We need to pick our legworks carefully as each has its own risk and reward. Our chances of success will be based on the merc's traits, backstory, and history. Once a merc is committed, they will not be available for a job until it's complete. Alright, and then Surin says, what about our base? We settled in this irradiated trash heap for a few good reasons. It's well hidden and there's room to expand. Once Bandit is back on his feet and the Quantum Rider is up and running, we can get enough quantum jamming and countermeasures in place to hide a sizable operation. So it's time to start cleaning it out. So our first step is to clean rooms out, prepare for upgrades. Now, we did say that we're not doing any more jobs until Bandit is back on his feet. So I don't think there's a whole lot of risk in trying out this legwork. If we're careful, we might be able to pick up the Snitch's trail without attracting more Ultratech attention. So we'll go ahead and have Dade lock in for 3 days, uncover the identity of the whistleblower. He gets 1 attempt. If he fails, we get plus 20 heat, which I'm not sure what that is. I assume that it's a debuff that makes things more difficult for us later on down the line. But even if we fail, we'll still pick up the identity, but we'll be picked up by scanners. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to confirm that. I'll be very discreet. Wouldn't want Bandit to wake up and hear that I messed this up. Your digital footsies better tread lightly. I don't want an Ultratech hit squad knocking on the door. Dade's legwork is added to the timeline. No comms in or out. Now we wait. Except Dade. I love how Itana and Sid are both saying see you at the shooting range, like, because I picked up such a gun-happy squad. Running a heist team requires judicious planning. While you're waiting for Bandit to recover, you can start preparing your mercenary base for the next phase by cleaning 2 rooms. Once you've scheduled those tasks, advance the timeline with the play button in the top left. You can enable or disable the Safe House base building tutorial from the options menu. Well, I do want the tutorial, so we're going to be doing that. The first step of building your new safe house is to clean out some of the rooms. Nothing can be built in a room until it's cleaned. To start a cleaning task, select this room and activate the clean function. It costs some time and money. Without upgrading your command HQ, you can only run 2 concurrent tasks. Yeah, this room looks really smelly. Because your command HQ allows you to run 2, you can also start cleaning this room. So we click on the trash room and clean up. Click on the trash room, clean up. So we've got 2 ready to train. Oh boy, that's a lot of information. Alright, I think we're gonna wait until... Yeah, we're gonna wait until there's a tutorial on that, because the one thing I notice about this game is that it's very immediately complex, very immediately complicated. I'm sure once I get the hang of it, it's gonna be all very normal, but let's just say I'm really grateful for the tutorial and leave it at that. So if I hit the play button, Should you really be back on your feet, Bandit? ... Evening, midnight. You're up late. Well, we've all been stewing here. It's been a nervous wait for you to recover. But look, let me get you back to bed. I'm 12 days out of cyber surgery and riding a wave of pain medis. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fine. I'm just standing here thinking. Like, the thing in your spine is thinking? I'm the only one thinking, Midnight. My new spinal is a lot of things. A quantum crypt, a tactical computer, a quantum countermeasures broadcaster, but it's not some AI floating around in my skull. Sorry, I know. But yeah, I'm thinking with it. I'll find some time to talk to the others tomorrow. I know I need to calm some frayed nerves. This quantum rider changes nothing. And everything. Very dramatic. We all swallowed a big bottle of risk on this one, but it's gonna pay off. We'll come up aces, I know it. But if you're gonna be a stubborn forklift and refuse to go back to bed, we can at least talk shop. What's our next play? Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay, so Ultratech dropped a response team on the clinic. Right on the roof, nearly on our heads, and another team came through the lobby. So, someone snitched us, but late. Otherwise, they would have just been waiting for us. It could have been someone on the surgical team. I can't square how it could be someone on our team and we'd still be alive. Nah, this isn't one of our own. I sent Dade to figure it out, quietly. Good moves. We can trust Dade with this one. He knows this kind of work is done far from the safe house. We are going to need a bankroll. We need to test these new teeth on a heist. When Octane offered us a loan, we knew we'd need hot cash shortly after the operation. Right, because we got to pay for the spinal operation. We've been saving the forward OP just for this purpose. Surin found this one and scoped the facility out. It's a site where McKellen Heavy Industries is dismantling a major operating base in Ward 7 to move it to a new construction site for Ward 11. It's not perfect. We have to hit the base before they've siphoned off all the valuables. McKellen security is going to be present, but they're not going to be on high alert. But maybe we can dump the files, blueprints, and cubes straight to the back door, or the black market for the United Digitals. Maybe enough to cover most of our first loan payment. And we need those credits. Octane's repayment schedule is very steep. We can prep, plan, and deploy for the forward op in the Command HQ. Have we heard anything from Octane, speaking of whom? Octane called twice while you were under. The team had agreed to go dark, so I let it beep. Honestly, I don't want to talk to Octane until she sees you're up and in fighting shape. Well, she can wait a little longer then. I don't know, not much longer, Bandit. You're a big investment, you know. So I can call Octane directly by clicking on the timeline event or wait for her to call. Okay, that's fair. She doesn't want to talk to us. She wants to hear about her money. Maybe, but we have 2 full weeks before we owe her a payment, so there must be a reason for the calls. Alright, let's contact her. That's fine. You're going back to bed. Ha, if you insist. I want to be looking fresh to talk to Octane tomorrow anyway. Okay, so we've got a pending heist. Also, I would like to call Octane, I guess. I still have 6 days on the cleaning here. I have 16 heat, 0.34 power level. I don't know what most of this stuff means. We'll go ahead and talk to Octane. Not my favorite call to make, but debts have to be paid. Let's see what we can learn. Aha, look what the black soup washed up. Bandit went to sterile operating bay at the AUG clinic. He wasn't swimming in the Boston Harbor. Oh, he took a journey into the black, all right. The splicer said every new Cyberknight dies on the operating table when they're laying the quantum filaments. It's just a question of whether you come back or not. You wouldn't have been the first. I'm here, alive and cranking. Your investment didn't die on the table. I've missed you, Bandit. Can I say that? It feels like it's been a long wait. We were more worried about the Ultratech TAC response team landing on the rooftop. That was bad timing all around, but your team played it very cool even without you on board. On the board. I'm impressed. Ultratech was just a little too late to the draw. Unfortunately, Dr. Ekman was not so quick on his feet. The Ultratech TAC response team scooped him up? Yes, they did. Sadly, he has disappeared into the Ultratech sovereign territory. I doubt he will ever reemerge. Their interrogators won't take long to squeeze the fact that his brother owed a life debt to D-Cartel. But there isn't anything else he can tell them. It was all set up blind. Ultratech won't be a step closer to you or me after their long chat with the good doctor. So why do you want to talk? Our loan payment isn't up for a couple of weeks. I see your priorities are straight. Let's talk money. You chose to be direct, so I'll be direct. You owe me a lot of United Digitals, more than you can repay. I'm not here to threaten you or ratchet up your interest until the debt is unpayable. I called to make you an offer. I have a job for you. I need you to recover something that's been stolen from me. We do jobs, we do stolen property. What will you pay? I will erase your debt entirely. Hold the line, chumbo. Again, there's that word. Are you saying you found it impossible to find Cybernite's computer, loaned us $2 million to install it, all so we can do a job for you? It's a very sensitive matter to D-Cartel. You'll be going directly against the Syndicate. Recovery is only the first step. The thief is Ghoul, a Syndicate blade, who won't part easily with my stolen property. But once you've recovered my property, I need a Cybernite, you, to sneak it into a secure data center. And if we pull it off, you'll drop the $2 million debt? Recover my lost property, hit a data center, and the 2 million United Digitals are forgiven. So 4 payments of $500K every 30 days. We knew coming in that the schedule might be impossible to keep. Well, I mean, first off, let's do the extra dialogue. Why me specifically? Where did you get this spinal computer? Nanofabbing, is one of the things so illegal no one even has the blueprints. It's a zombie computer, isn't it? They're all zombie quantum riders at this point, Midnight. So yes, it is. Your spinal implant was recently sliced out of the spine of a dead Cybernite. Metal as hell. Who the hell was that? A knight that died on the job. I got the opportunity to inherit the computer and I took it. And now it's yours. All the rest are secrets of D-Cartel and I'm not going to say anymore. Okay, but if we complete these jobs for you, I want to know what's going on. I need to know who the zombie was in before me. That kind of past doesn't just die with the owner, right? Because I assume it's going to start giving me memories from the last night or something weird like that. If you pull off the heists, I'll tell you everything I know. It isn't much. I need to know, Octane. All right, well, I'll take it. So was this the plan all along? You never wanted us to pay off the debt? If you had insisted, I'd taken the money and find someone else to do the work, but I'm glad you can see the business sense of taking my offer. We're gonna need a lot more details before we can promise anything, but we'll look at your jobs. Everything's coming over right now. You know how to contact me if you have any questions. Haven Smokeout. So how many lies do you think we just got fed? All of the lies, I think. Pack of lies or not, we need to take this offer. But that doesn't mean we can't keep sifting through the lies to find the truth. Agreed. We've accepted Octane's first job to buy ourselves some time to do just that. We've only heard Octane's side of the story here. We need to get our own read on her power plays within the D-Cartel. So it was all a play to make us do a job? How does that even make sense? It is so suspicious. It's too neatly wrapped up to be real. I have a bad feeling about this job. Octane jumped through a lot of hoops to set this up and force us to agree. It's stacked against us. We don't have much choice or she will bring the weight of the D-Cartel down on us. We don't know enough. We need more intel. Someone has to go quietly digging into why Octane has gone to such lengths to get a knight under her thumb for this all-important heist. We do need to come back to this. But not today. Alright, so let's continue until this legwork comes back, and then there's this heist that we're going to do. And then the forward ops in 24 days. And then in 37 days we've got our payment. Hopefully we won't have to pay it. And then I can follow up legwork pretty quick. Alright, I figured out who made the call cleanly and quietly as promised. And Ultratech? None the wiser. The AUG Clinic network is a sprawling mess. They didn't notice one more tap on their trunk line. Well done. Ultratech missed us at my operation by a minute, so this is the perfect time to become only a hazy memory. And the rat? A research lead on the biotech division must have seen something outside of Dr. Ekman's surgery suite. Got spooked and called a superior. One Christy Goldberg. Well, that's a relief. It was just a bad look by some random at the clinic. Should we try to squeeze a little more out of this one? We dodged gaining any heat on the legwork. Heat burns off at 1 point per day. Makes our life more difficult. And as I suspected, as heat rises, security is going to be harder, contacts will stop dealing with us, stress will increase. Fair. We'll go ahead and lean on her. Take some time, chew up everybody's hours. Having some biotech researcher in our pocket will eventually pay off. Legwork. 66%. Plus 1 favor per month would be nice. Sure. Okay, so we want to plan this mission. That's the heist. Oh, Havid Smokeout. Okay. And this heist is just the hitting the McKellen. Okay. So we're going to let him finish up his legwork first. I don't know who you are or how you got around my privacy protocols, but I'm not buying whatever... But go on, Kirsty Goldberg. It's nice to put a face to a name. I don't know you. I don't... You can't remember the Cyber Knight you tried to have killed? If you're going to try to take out someone this powerful, you should at least know who you're dealing with. I didn't know what Dr. Ekman was doing. We've been through the AUG Clinic records, so cut the lies. And your Ultratech privacy protocol was so standard, Kirsty Goldberg. We've had a little look inside your life. Don't try to play it tough. You're a B-tier citizen who barely passed her aptitude tests. Ultratech has forgotten your little snitch move and is already off to fight the next fire. So let's talk. You fed Dr. Ekman to corporate killers to hide your own drug problem, right? You've done an awful job covering your tracks. For slinging meds illegally to your friends, Ultratech might just kick you to the curb. But the bioformula you sold in 29, for that, they'll kill you, just like Dr. Ekman. Kill Dr. Ekman? They just took him in for questioning. Oh, Dr. Ekman is never coming back after what he did. Neither would you. Tell me why we shouldn't tip Ultratech off to your little side hustle. I'll do whatever you want. I can sling you drugs from the lab. If I get another shot at a bioformula, I'll call you. That's the attitude that'll keep your dirty secret out of Ultratech's hands. We don't want anything from you right now, but when we call, you answer and you'll do exactly what we tell you to do. Understood, Chowda? I love the slang in this game. Yes, understood. Then you'll be hearing from us. So, owes us 3 favors, starting 8 out of 100 trust score. We've got a person. You can use favors to make regular purchases without spending money, or call in help where money can't buy it, most often for leverage on jobs. How long will this conversation take? That would be 12 days. No. I need that. How about the computer's true origin? 6 days. Ah, damn. I was going to do it, but I wanted to see how much time was left on the heist. But I guess by rejecting it, I got rid of it entirely, which sucks. Okay. Let's go ahead and let these rooms finish up. Now that you've cleaned out a room, it's time to start upgrading it. Before the new module can be installed, the utilities in this room must be upgraded. All modules require a supply of power. First, you need to open room management for the clean room and use the upgrade utilities to start a task that upgrades the power utility. The power utility flows outward from the safe house's central lift. For rooms adjacent to the lift, the maximum power utility is set by the command HQ. For outer rooms, the maximum power utility is set by the room adjacent to the central lift. As we build out our base, we'll build rooms that require less power in the outer rooms, more power in the inner rooms. That makes sense. But I do not have the money for any of this. Yeah, don't have the money for any of this, so no sense in even worrying about it right now. So I guess we're going to start planning our Haven Smokeout heist. Can I buy things? Market. Ooh, that's a lot of things. That's awesome looking. So new weapons would be nice, but they're all real expensive. You're a shotgun barrel. What is attack 1? It grants the following attack... okay. And then attack 2 is way too expensive. But attack 2 does more damage. I see. Some bandages. A pistol body mod, so less recoil and a little bit of bonus accuracy. Okay. Too much money. I am not really... I'm not really wealthy right now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to buy anything. If I go to... Oh, okay, got it. Use this interface to select a utility and purchase an upgrade. Upgrades take time and cost credits. The more upgraded a utility room is, the more expensive and time-consuming the next level is. The first level isn't very expensive, so start that now. So we're going to upgrade the power supply. And then we'll try this cryogenic cooling. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to try it out. Okay, now we'll go ahead and plan out this mission. We're going to earn $198,000. Okay, cool. Octane will gain power level, +1 trust, and +10 influence. Extra 5 trust with Octane. If we can kill the wire ghost, we get an extra 50,000. And if we can complete it before turn 14, we get +2 favors with Octane. Or we could do the forward op. And, like, if I do this, will it happen right away? Oh, wow, I've got plenty of people. Okay. Got it. Well, I didn't really buy anything, so we're going to add some folks. Definitely Sid. Dade. Aitana. You're about to start a mission with Matrix terminals only your hacker can access. A quick tutorial can help you succeed inside the Matrix. Before you deploy, would you like to run a short, separate Matrix hacking tutorial with just this hacker? It will not have any lasting impact on your character or the upcoming mission. Yes, I will, but we're going to go ahead and do that Matrix tutorial in the next video. I think this has been plenty. Lots of dialogue, a little bit of learning how the base works. We're going to take it slow with this game. Friends, thank you very much for watching. We'll do the Matrix tutorial next. Hope to see you then.